like to the point where there's no baby.
Don't know if you got a girl. Don't mean to disrespect, but I'm talking about my world.
Don't be mad at me. I love you guys for still supporting me and everything, but your girl is not pregnant anymore. And that's just me being so transparent with y'all. No longer pregnant. So we're gonna get right down to the nitty and gritty, and I'm gonna tell y'all where I've been, what has happened, and what's going on right now. So make sure you stay tuned. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and just stay tuned. I'm a little discombobulated, but you guys will understand more as I talk about it throughout the video. So yeah. So if you see from the last clip, I'm no longer pregnant anymore, y'all. I had my daughter a couple of weeks ago, and life has just been a whole lot. I don't really have that much time. Like I didn't even think I would have time. I don't have time anymore to really like sit and record. I'm trying to like really learn how to do that right now, which is why I'm doing this video for you guys. I finally have the time to record, and my subscribers have been growing and people have been commenting. I'm like, I feel like I need to drop a video because it's so many people that have some things in common with me. And excuse me if I'm a little tongue twisted. Motherhood is a whole nother hood that I ain't never been to. And y'all, like, I'm trying day by day, and I really can't even believe I'm sitting in front of the camera right now because I don't know, like some days I feel good, some days I feel like I just want to disappear and never reappear again. And I'm being so honest with y'all. It's difficult some days are a lot easier. So yeah, today's one of those days that are a little easier for me. I delivered at 38 weeks in 3 days. And when I tell y'all I was so tired of being pregnant, like I was over it. I don't want to be pregnant no more. I was tired. She was getting bigger, heavier to carry, and it was just overwhelming for me. I just didn't want to be pregnant anymore. The weather was changing, and it was just a matter of like, it's about to get hot outside. I don't want to be pregnant and hot because it's like pregnant, hot, and bothered. Like all three of those was going to go together, and I just didn't want to experience that. So on March 16th, I was just complaining. I was complaining all day. Like, I'm so tired of being pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant anymore. Yeah, just kept going back and forth saying I don't want to be pregnant. So I went to my friend's house and I walked on a treadmill for 20 minutes. And you know, they say like when you walk on a treadmill, it helps the baby come down or whatever. So I was walking on a treadmill, and then I started to feel pressure. And my friend was like, well, when I felt pressure, that meant the baby was coming. So I'm like, okay, bet, because I don't want to be pregnant anymore. I just didn't want to. No. So I went home and did the do. And 7 o'clock in the morning, March 17th, my contractions hit me like a bus. I thought that I had to use the bathroom. Like, that I had to use the bathroom. So I attempted to do that and nothing happened. It was just pain. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, I really don't know. So after discovering that I did not have to take a number 2, I then thought, okay, this is just Braxton Hicks contractions and they're going to eventually go away and I'll be fine. But they did not go away. They were very persistent. I was having contractions, the real ones. And my contractions were about 7 to 8 minutes apart. And they were painful. I'm not going to lie. They were painful, but they were tolerable. It was just like one of those, okay, I need to sit and breathe because my body is now going into this stage, and now my mind needs to be more aware of what my body is going through, and I need to just pace myself and relax because I didn't want to get overworked. You know, I knew this day was coming, didn't know when it was coming, but I was very aware that, you know, my body can slip into this process at any point at this time, And this is the point right here where it's happening. So, called her dad, but he's like a heavy sleeper, so I couldn't get through to him. So I called my mom, called his mom, called my godmom. I was calling everybody because I was like, what the heck? Because you know how you feel like you can do something, and then when it's time to do it, it's like, oh my God, I really have to do it. Like, it's time to push a human out of my pussy. That just did not sound right to me. So, my mom actually lives 30 minutes away from me. So imagine I had to keep going through these contractions by myself until somebody got to my house because I could not drive myself to the hospital. And me being me, I'm thinking, I'm not going to the hospital with no, like, without being clean. So y'all, I literally went into the shower, was like leaning up against the wall, showering, and the hot water was really relieving me of pain and alleviated the pain from the contractions as well. So I was literally showering, and then I came in the room, and the most I can do is put my undergarments on. From that point, I really couldn't do anything else. The pain level did turn up a notch, so I was literally sitting here like, you know what, whoever shows up at this door is getting me dressed because I cannot do it. So long and behold, my mother showed up and she was able to help me get dressed, and I already packed my hospital bag. Y'all, that's the, if you are 35 or plus, pack that bag, get your house ready, because your daughter or your son, they still the show at that point. From that point on, they can come whenever they want to come, and you just rather be prepared than not prepared. So I'm very happy that I was nesting and I packed my hospital bag already. Like, I kept it in my car, had my car seat, everything already installed in the car. So literally it was just like, if she decides to come today, all whoever come get me gotta do is help me to the car or help me get dressed, or both, and then we can roll out. Only thing I did not notice was that you can't eat after you get admitted into the hospital going into labor, because your stomach has to be empty just in case of any emergency surgeries. And I didn't eat on the way to the hospital, so that's like my number one regret. And if you are pregnant and you're close to giving birth, make sure you get something to eat before you go to the hospital, because I wasn't allowed to eat and it really interfered with how I felt overall. Obviously it was something that was mandatory, so it was something that I just had to adjust and deal with. But take it from me, get you something to eat before you actually go to the hospital, because I think it's like against the law for them to allow you to eat anything. Even if you are giving birth vaginally, anything can happen. So that's kind of why you can't have any food. So you eat before, even if you sit outside in the car and eat your food, eat something, because labor can be very long and you just don't want to be in there hungry, because whoever you bring with you can eat in front of you, and it's just like, you know. So yeah, the reason why I say you should eat before, because labor can be a very long time, and I was in labor for 11 hours. Literally, I think we got to the hospital, I don't remember the time I got to the hospital, but I know I was in labor for 11 hours and I could not eat anything. It was annoying because it got to the point where I couldn't even drink water. They were just giving me ice, and it was frustrating because it's like I'm just wanting to drink water because I can't consume any solid food or anything like that. And first they said I could drink apple juice, and then another nurse said I couldn't drink apple juice. So it was just kind of like, at that point I started to get an attitude, because it's like, do y'all know what y'all talking about or no? And I'm hungry, so now y'all playing around because it's apple juice. I just want something, you know what I'm saying? So yes, couldn't drink water at a certain point, and I wish I could tell you what point that was, but it was just like I was drinking water, and then a nurse was like, oh no, you can't drink water. So I'm like, what? Like, I was really confused. But yeah, couldn't drink water anymore. And this was after we were moved to the room where I was actually going to be giving birth. Like I said, I don't know why I couldn't drink water anymore at that point, but yes, at a certain point, couldn't drink water. Also, we were in triage for 4 hours, and when I got to the hospital, I was only 3 centimeters. 4 hours passed, I only was 4 centimeters. So I was really like, damn, this is gonna be a long process. Like, all this pain I just went through and you telling me I'm only 1 more centimeter, this some bullshit. So I was so annoyed about that. But I feel like I was going through the contractions very well. At a certain point, like, I was breathing, you know, expressing what the pain I was in. But after 4 centimeters, I was just like sitting there. When I get a contraction, I could feel it coming, and they were like right on time. So it got to the point where my contractions were 3 to 4 minutes apart, and literally at the 3-minute mark, it's coming. So I can prepare for it, I can get ready. And like I said, it's really important to breathe and just stay as calm as possible, because you only have 3 minutes to catch your breath or recollect. I don't even know that's a word. You only have 3 minutes to gather yourself, and then the contractions are going to start again. So you just want to make sure you really keep in mind of the time that you have to relax, because once the contractions come back, it's no joke. And you know, they can last. My contractions personally, they were lasting for about like 1 and 2 minutes. It wasn't extremely long, but it's like I said, like 1 and 2 minutes of like somebody stabbing you, or it's even okay. So the contractions are like indescribable. I can't say it feels. Actually, it feels like those doors, like you trying to get in the door and you smashing your foot. I'm gonna try to insert a clip so y'all can see, but like somebody smashing your foot in the door and your toes is just getting smashed and they won't move the door. Like, yeah, like it hurts really bad. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm just being a realist here. And that's how everyone was with me when I was asking around in regards to pregnancy, labor, delivery, all that stuff. People were being really real, so I'm just here to be just as transparent, just so that y'all not misled or y'all think that giving birth is gonna be a walk in the park, because it's more like getting chased by a bunch of motherfucking pit bulls, okay? Like, it's way too much. But I don't think that any woman is incapable. It's just about, you know, what you prefer, if you're gonna go completely natural or you're gonna get an epidural, and I will get into that as well. So my nurses were coming in the room and they were like, you know, you're really taking these contractions, like, wow, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, a contraction's coming. So like, I really didn't want to talk. When I was having contractions, I really, like I said, it's like a time is money type of thing. Like, you really don't have time to be sitting there talking that much when you got that downtime. You need to relieve yourself and breathe, because they're coming back. And as you progress in labor, the contractions get worse. And that's what they kept making clear to me, because I kept expressing, you know, I'm okay, I can deal with it. And they're just like, you know, we're not trying to scare you or anything, and you're doing a very good job, but the contractions get worse. So you don't want to wait to a point where you can't deal with it at all, and now you're screaming for an epidural and you're 8 centimeters. Because at that point, I mean, I don't know if they can still give it to you at that point, but you have 2 more centimeters and it's time to push. So it's just kind of like, and some people say that they get the epidural too late and it don't work. So they were just really making me aware of all my options and what the future of this process looked like. So of course I'm like, no, I can do it. Like, I really don't want the epidural, because I just heard so many horror stories and about how it your back will be ruined forever. And I still have slight back pain, nothing that's just like I need to be admitted into anyone's hospital, but it's definitely something that I'm aware of. And I feel oh shit, I just told you guys that I did have an epidural. So when we moved to the next room, I was 5 centimeters. And then 6 centimeters. Like, it was starting to really go up really quickly. So they checked and they're like, you're 6.5. And I felt like I wanted to bang my head up against the side of like the bed, how we have one of those things where you can pull yourself. I wanted to bang my head up against that because I was in so much pain. And for me, it was just like, you know, do you ask for the epidural because, and then you just feel like you couldn't do it, or you just keeps going through this pain and, you know, just be uncomfortable. That is the reality of it all. Not getting the epidural and feeling incapable, because that's completely wrong. I got the epidural and it did not take away anything away from me and how good of a mother I am or how well I went. You know, it don't take away from anything. If you get the epidural, it doesn't make you less of a mother. And that's just the point I'm really trying to get across, because some people, and I feel like sometimes in the Black community, they love to say, you know, if you get the epidural, you just, oh, you gave up. No, you didn't give up. It hurts. And nobody wants to sit there through pain. This is supposed to be a beautiful moment. And to me, it was just like, I'm feeling more pain than the reward, you know, or the feeling of getting a reward. I'm feeling pain. I want to run into a wall and keep running into it because I'm hurting so much. So at 6.5 centimeters, I was like, wave the white flag. I need the epidural now. It was a private performance, I could say, because Melo's dad had to step out, and they gave me the epidural, and I'm always touching my back trying to figure out the spot because I kind of think I know where it is. But yes, they gave me the epidural, and it was just me, the nurse, and the doctor that did it. And after that, I could not feel my legs. Well, from like my belly button down, it was numb. They were just telling me when I was having a contraction versus, you know, me feeling it. I knew they were still timed, and they said that they were still 3 to 4 minutes apart, but it was nothing that I could feel, which was great because that was the point of getting the epidural, was to alleviate the pain. Shit, take the pain. I couldn't take it anymore, and I don't feel bad about it. Labor was still beautiful but long, and delivery was even better. Like I said, the reward was greater than anything. I can't sit here and say I do it all over again. I'm really not sure what's like the wiring that goes on in people's heads and sit there and say that, because I would love another child, but I don't know about labor. It hurts. It hurts. Really, it hurts really bad. And yeah, there's no way to escape it unless you get maybe a cesarean. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say too much about that because I don't know too much about it. So yeah, but yes, I had no feeling from my navel down. Navel, belly button. But yes, I had no feeling. It got to a point where it was time. No, I was 8 centimeters. I have some notes just in case y'all see me looking down, because I would have thought pregnancy brain has faded, but it hasn't. So, I got my water broken at 9 centimeters because through all of that, water didn't break. So they went in and plucked it, and it broke. And it's like right after it broke, I went to 10 centimeters because they was like, all right, well, actually, if they broke it, I went to 10 centimeters, and I was just chilling there. And next, you know, all these nurses, the doctor came in, and I'm like, oh shit. And I started to shake. And I don't know if I really just got super nervous, but I started to like go into panic mode or something. So I started shaking really bad. I was hyperventilating. They had to give me an oxygen mask. I thought it was over. I really thought I was gonna die. Like, I was so scared. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, it's a super scary moment because all these nurses come in, you know, they got your legs propped up. Like, it's really time to give life. And it's like, this is all up to you. Nobody else. This is something you have to do. So it was just nerve-wracking. It was I've never been in a place in my life where I felt like I couldn't do something. And in that moment, it just felt like, I don't know if I can do this. And it's really only up to me, you know, for me to meet my daughter, I gotta make it happen. You get what I'm saying? So, the first push, I gave up. After the first push, I'm like, I can't do this. I was so emotional. It was just, emotions were all over the place. I couldn't say I was angry at all. That wasn't one of them. But it was so many other emotions all over. And once I pushed for, I think it's 10 seconds. Yeah. And nothing happened. That's what made me feel like I can't do this. Like, I just really just sat here and pushed with all my might. And you telling me she not here? Who knew? Why did I go in that room thinking I was gonna be one push and done? Because that's not the case. It took me a total of 13 minutes. I don't know exactly how many pushes. I think I pushed maybe 10 times, 8 to 10 times, but it was a total of 13 minutes. She was born at 11:56 p.m. on March 17th this year. And I didn't have any tearing whatsoever. While I was pushing, they asked me if I wanted to see, and I did. I want to see this. This is crazy. So they brought this big mirror, and you can see everything going on. And I was amazed, yet shocked, yet, like, intrigued, all that, by the fact that, wow, like, a woman can really, our reproductive parts can really, our vagina can really open up that much to, like, push a human being out. Like, whoa. And eventually I saw her head, and then I don't think I cried when she came out. It was just like, wow, I did it. Because I'm telling you, in the beginning, I didn't think I could do it. So when she finally came out, I was really happy that she was finally here, and this shit is over. Like I said, I don't know why people be like, I'll do it all over again. No, this shit is over. I was so tired of being pregnant. No. So from that point, I didn't tear. So I did get stitches, but I didn't tear. So I don't know, because she said I didn't tear, but then she started stitching my cooter up, and I don't know. Stitches already came out. I am 3 weeks tomorrow postpartum. And I think I'll just make another video as far as, like, postpartum and how I've, like, truly felt and all that, because that's like a whole nother video. And I'm really not trying to scare y'all, but this shit is real, okay? Whether you have somebody or you don't, this shit is real. Like, the things that I be feeling some days versus some days where I'm okay is a little surreal for me, because it's like, whatever, we're not gonna get into it because that's a whole nother video. So make sure y'all stay in tune, because I'm gonna make sure I drop another video talking about postpartum and how that's been going. While I was delivering, everybody in the room, I kid you not, was so supportive. I had great nurses. Melo's dad was very supportive. I know, we all know that, you know, I'm a single mom, but he was there, he was supportive, did what he needed to do. And he has been around since Melo has been born. So, you know, that has been really good for me, him being around for this time. It's nerve-wracking when he's not here, because he helps out a lot, and it just makes things a lot easier for me, because as much as I need to care for my daughter, you know, so many bodily changes that I need to care for as well. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, like, you know, hygiene and stuff like that. Lately, he's been around, and I'm just thankful. My main focus is her and making sure I'm okay, because if I start stressing about what he gonna do, then that's gonna take away from me, which is essentially gonna take away from her, because I'm breastfeeding. And you have to be in a good space mentally and physically to be able to breastfeed, because your milk would dry up if you're not in a good space mentally. So I can't really worry about anything like that. I really just have to worry about myself You know, I pray about my situation, and just whatever happens, happens. Can't really force anything, nothing like that, because yeah, just not doing that. So I stayed in the hospital for 2 days, and I'm so happy that my daughter latched onto my boobs really easily. Didn't have no issue. She latched right on. We did the skin to skin, me and her dad, and it was just everything that I wanted, because my main thing was just a relationship with them two and his support. And it's kind of weird asking for his support, because it's like, you're her dad, so it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. But yeah, like, I don't want it. It's just a whole nother video, but it's so hard not to tap into that, because it's just a big part of my life now. We all want a family, essentially, because I didn't grow up with a 2-parent household for my entire life, and it's just something that I feel like I missed out on. So I really wanted to reassure that with her. But I mean, God said do it like this, and sometimes we do it like this, and then we'd be like, why are we struggling? But hey, I wouldn't go backwards and change my decision to keep her or not because of the circumstances now. You know, I'm not built to fail. I'm not built to break. So if I have to readjust my life to, you know, accommodate her and whatever she needs, because that's what's going to get done, then that's what I'm going to do, because we not bending or breaking over here. Yeah, no, that's not what we doing. That's not what y'all doing. Any mothers out there, that's not what y'all doing. You know, I have a lot of subscribers that are also single mothers, and it's just like, we just gotta do what we gotta do, and have a support system, because that's super important. Having somebody to talk to that understands your situation, and just be able to uplift you in any way, because I know it can be difficult being a single mom, because granted, I am a single mom. He's been around, but times where he's not around, it's like, this shit is hard. You know, it's not this situation is not meant for one person. It's meant for, you know, the two people that went and tangoed a little bit, and you know. But like I said, God said do it this way, and some of us end up doing it this way, and then we end up struggling. But we not built to break, so we gonna make sure everything's okay. So yeah, I really hope that I was able to get my message across and just let y'all know everything. I may have sound very like teacher mode, and that was not my intentions, but this story was just like long awaited and so important and personal to me that's probably why it sounds so, you know, teacher mode. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I want to say there will be more videos sooner, but I'm really about to step into single motherhood, and I'm going to try. That's what I can say. I'm going to try to continue to post more often, or get back on a schedule. But like I said, you know, it's really about to get real for me. So we're gonna see where that takes us and what we can do as a collective, because we're one. But yeah, she sleeps most of the time, and in the next video I will show y'all baby. Okay, so also when she was born, she weighed 6 pounds and 3 ounces. She was 18 inches, and they said her head was 30. I don't know, 30, I don't know. But yeah, 6 pounds, 3 ounces. A day later, she dropped down to 5 pounds and 13 ounces. Yes, 5 pounds, 13 ounces. And then her first follow-up appointment, within that first week, she already had picked back up to 6 pounds and 12 ounces. And they say your baby will lose weight after he or she is born. But within those 10 days of life outside the womb, your baby is supposed to regain their birth weight. So my daughter actually came back around and gained more than her birth weight within 5 days of life outside the womb. So she's doing very well. Things are working right now. Big emphasis on right now. Things are working. I'm not gonna fidget or try to manipulate anything. So I will continue to do what I can as far as updating you guys. And I really love all my new subscribers and all my subscribers because y'all really be patient with me. And if you've been keeping up, you know I was pregnant. So it's just a lot, but I am no longer pregnant. But I will continue to let y'all know how motherhood is, because like I said, it's a hood I ain't never been to. But it's beautiful here. And I can't wait to welcome all the moms that are subscribers on my channel to motherhood, because it's a beautiful place and I wouldn't trade my daughter for anything. She's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I'm not just saying some type of, you know, cliche quote or anything. Literally, she makes me complete. Like, not gonna get emotional on here because I'm having a good day and today's a good day. So I'm not to say me crying about it would make it a bad day, but I'm fine. And I'm just really making it clear that she is the best thing that ever happened to me, and that was the best day of my life, bringing her here. And at that point, we're gonna wrap it up. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.